Our downloads. I channeled these on the 8th. Today is November 11th, so just a few days ago. I've already shared some of these before they came true on a live over the weekend. Happy to share clips from that later. I just haven't been able to pull them out yet. So a couple of things from this downloaded information as I knock my camera over. We're on a nodal point for the higher timeline, and here's something that a lot of people have been asking about. So I can see energy, and I have the gift of precog, and I've been using precog for a long time. And the deal with precog is it's a snapshot of the current energy is all that it is. So I can see the snapshot of the current energy of what's most likely to happen for certain events, okay? But free will is the wild card. So free will can always change this. Now, the closer you get to it, or the bigger the energy is, the less and less unlikely it becomes that it will change, and that's how precog works. But free will can change this all of the time. So I've only been sharing the energy that is unlikely to change because there's no point in conjecture and all these wild conspiracy theories and everything. Like, stick to your intuition, stick to the energy right in the middle that feels good. People have been asking the timeline. We're at a nodal point, and when a bunch of us woke up this election morning or the day after election morning at like that 4 a.m. time frame, another creator said this, I did not. When we woke up, we anchored ourselves into this higher timeline, and that resonated so hard. And then I was able to get some downloads from that, so I'm super grateful to that creator, whoever that was. Please tag them. Then I could see the timeline more clearly, right, when I heard that information. So we did anchor into the higher timeline. So we're at a nodal point, which means there's a dot on the timeline, and when you get to a nodal point, before you get to it, all of the timelines before it have to collapse down, okay? So people are coming from different timelines, but they're similar and they're collapsing down, which is a lot of energy, a lot of shakeups. Things feel really chaotic. People are out here arguing about details because you get a significant amount, more amount of Mandela effects, etc. So as they go down, then whatever event needs to happen on the nodal point is the same event that everyone needs to experience, and then the timelines start to shift back out again, is essentially what it looks like when I can see the energy in my third eye. There's also a nodal point for a lower timeline, okay? So we're on the higher timeline. There is one for the lower timeline as well. I'm only going to focus on the higher because that's where we are right now. So 5D does not appear out of thin air. We must create it from what we already have. We already know this. If you wondered about 3D, 5D, I have a crap ton of videos on them. Just go back on my profile. Everything's labeled. You'll be able to find it. But this is what we're doing right now. We're allowing the shift to rise. Heavy energy kind of falls to the bottom, and then we can split. So we are getting closer and closer to that 3D, 5D split. Okay, so here's the dates. I channeled for 11/9. All I got was Kamala comes out to play, which was the funniest thing. And if you were in one of my lives where you heard me channel this, Kamala comes out to play for 11/9, please put it in the comments so people can see that I did channel this before it happened. That's all I heard. It was like, we're going to see something from her. We're going to hear something from her. It's not going to be about the energy. She's just going to show up enough because she knows that we need to see her to kind of raise spirits. And what did her, I think it was her sister or sister-in-law, posted a picture, and I'll put it right here, on Instagram. Kamala comes out to play. She's literally playing. So I thought it was a play on words, and it wasn't. It was like so literal. I love it. And then I heard she knows. Kamala knows what's going on. She literally is a prosecutor that brings down big organizations and crime rings. She knows what she's doing. So here's some of the other dates. 11/10, big energy start to surface. That was yesterday as of this recording. Big energy start to surface, dysfunction. And this is stuff just starting to come up to the top. This is not like a full revelation. Just stuff is starting to come out. Shining a light on things hidden in the darkness for 70 years. And I counted back 70 years. That's 1954. I looked up a bunch of big highlights that happened in 1954. And the thing that really resonated with me was the conspiracy of the shadow government. I believe it's a little bit different than what the conspiracy says, but I believe there are elements to truth to it. So I'm not here to get into conspiracies. Please don't deep dive into conspiracy theories in the comments because I'm just going to delete them. That's lower vibe. But something with the idea of a shadow government. So the people who are actually in charge, not the people that we see. There's things going on behind the scenes. And then I heard tip of the iceberg. That was 11/10. 11/11, a balance and understanding. That's today, 11/11. Numbers are going to start to show up as a match for what's been falsified to what's expected. So we're starting to see, okay, we expected numbers to be over here, but we found them over here. That could be things like missing ballots, destroyed ballots, lost ballots. Also could be ballots being counted incorrectly toward one party instead of the other. Some of that stuff is going to start to come out, okay? Just some, a balance and understanding today. Tomorrow, 11/12, I saw a pyramid rising from the ground, like literally a pyramid rising from the ground. And there's a couple of things it could be. It could be literal. I saw like this coming up from the sand, like a whole pyramid starting to come up from the sand, okay? It could be literal. It could be that we discover on 11/12 a new pyramid. That's always in the realm of possibility. It could also just be symbolic, guys. The thing with precog is sometimes you get symbols and imagery and you don't know whether it's literal or symbolic, and you find out after the fact. But also with that one, pyramid rising from the ground, I also heard beacon of hope, strong, immovable. All right, 11/13, I heard a fall from grace, and I see Trump on a metaphorical stage. So I don't know what that means. That's just what it says. 11/14, I heard more of the same. So it's like all this energy from 11/9 to 11/13, that stuff is still just coming out. So no new big stuff on the 14th. Then this is a lot of energy shifts. Me just sharing this. 11:15, I've channeled this before, but I got it again. The veil of deceit lifts. That's also when the new moon energy is. It all comes tumbling out. That's when big energies is going to be like one thing after another is going to start to come out, actual facts, actual data, okay, to back up what we are intuitively feeling. And then the next date I got was 11/26, and I heard head above water, gratitude, and this energy was shifted towards those who are kind of intuitive, tapped in vibrationally, those who have that instinct, intuition of something is off, something is not right. Head above water, gratitude is how those people are going to feel on 11/26. That's all that I have for now. Feel free to share your thoughts and opinions in the comments, but no conspiracy theories because that's low vibe. Let's try to keep it as factually correct and intuitively guided as we can.